This Roam phone is almost 20 years old. When it first went into service, Ronald Reagan was the President of the United States. The Berlin Wall was still standing, and New Wave was considered cool. Since its first day of service, this telephone has sat on the desk of 45 employees, taken more than 100,000 calls, and logged more than 5.6 years of conversation. And it's still working today, close to 20 years after it was first plugged in. That's not to say this phone hasn't seen its fair share of dark days. In 1993, coffee was tragically spilled on it by a careless employee. In June of 1999, its outer casing was cracked when it was accidentally dropped on the floor. And in the year 2000, when the dot-com boom went bust, the company it served went out of business, sending our little Roam phone through a serious identity crisis. Until it was refurbished at Siemens Resale Services' 60,000 square foot center in Florida and sold to the company that uses it today. You may wonder why a company would refurbish a phone that is older than most college freshmen until you stop to consider the level of investment companies make in their phone systems. Refurbishing a component of your phone network adds new life to a system your company may have spent thousands, if not millions of dollars on. When reinvesting in your phone system, it makes sense to stay with the company that developed the technology in the first place. That's where Siemens Resale has the advantage. Far from the simple buff and fluff or spray and pray you'd expect from a ma-and-pop gray market refurbisher, our phones return to the market like new. Other refurbishing companies can't match our equal to new level of quality because other companies didn't make these phones and systems in the first place, and they don't have the original manufacturing testing equipment we use during our refurbishment process. Since most of our customers have a Siemens service contract, we have records of every hardware and software service call they've placed with our service center. And since we've maintained the equipment for years, we know its condition when it arrives. Not only do we have a complete service history, we also take the time to reformat each hard disk to delete intellectual property that may be stored on it.
Imagine on an old phone mail system having information that's financial data from your CFO, information from your wives or your girlfriends, personal information, and then your IT department takes it and just gets rid of it or dumps it in a landfill. What's happening to that intellectual property? When it comes back to us, you can be assured that we take care of it and we wipe the slate clean.
Product comes to us in various states of disrepair. So the first thing we do is perform a visual inspection of each piece of equipment. If parts are needed, they're taken from our in-house inventory of legacy equipment. Since we're the company that manufactured these phones in the first place, we have the original plastic molds. Once repaired, every phone we refurbish is tested against a bank of live PBXs that provide a working dial tone. If we find a board, phone, or phone system that can't be repaired, we melt it down so it can be recycled, which has obvious environmental benefits. Equipment that has been given more years of life won't end up filling up landfills. Although 98% of our inventory comes from Siemens maintenance customers, we also sell Nortel and Avaya phones and components acquired during competitive displacements. Our objective in selling Nortel and Avaya components is simply to make our customers' lives easier by being the most reliable one-stop source for telephones, circuit cards, and other customer premise equipment. Many of our customers have a variety of PBX platforms in their enterprise, and we accommodate their needs by being a single source. Phones that are restored to an equal to new condition receive a quality sticker and process date code before being packaged. Refurbished phones are also given a 2-year double-time warranty, which is a full year longer than the warranty we offer for new Siemens product. Although our inventory stretches back more than 20 years, we also support voice-over IP systems as well as a variety of SIP phones. Disaster recovery and business continuity rentals for full systems are also an option. Rentals make a good transition to something more advanced, such as voice-over IP, a reality when opening up an office for an unknown period of time. We offer a lot of service to our customers, but our core business is the factory refurbishment of phones and systems at the highest quality and the best possible price.
We want to keep a customer for a lifetime, and in many cases, certainly with our customer base, it's been a couple lifetimes.
We don't buff and fluff, spray and pray, or dust and trust. We bring new life to legacy telephone systems the right way, the way we intended when we made it the first time. So even though this phone is 20 years old, it looks and works like it's just come off the assembly line, which, in a way, it has. So get real and go with the only authorized source for Siemens refurbished equipment. Siemens Resale Services,